Tensions between Russia and the United States have intensified following the seizure of a Russian-flagged oil tanker by U.S. forces in international waters. The vessel at the center of the dispute, known as Marinara and previously called Bella 1, was boarded and seized by U.S. military forces working alongside the U.S. Coast Guard in the North Atlantic, north of Scotland. The operation was carried out under a warrant issued by a U.S. federal court. Washington claims the tanker was part of a network used to transport sanctioned oil linked to Venezuela and Iran, often described as a so-called shadow fleet operating in violation of international sanctions. Russian authorities strongly reject those accusations. Moscow has condemned the seizure as illegal, calling it a serious violation of international maritime law and Russian sovereignty. Russia's foreign ministry insists the tanker was lawfully registered under the Russian flag and operating in accordance with both Russian and international regulations. Officials have demanded the immediate release of the vessel, humane treatment of the crew, and their safe return to Russia. According to Russia's Ministry of Transport, the tanker received temporary authorization to sail under the Russian flag in late December. Russian officials say the vessel was boarded on the high seas, outside the territorial waters of any state. Moscow has repeatedly cited the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which guarantees freedom of navigation in international waters and limits the use of force against foreign-flagged vessels. The situation became more sensitive after reports suggested that Russian naval assets were operating in the area at the time of the seizure. The Kremlin has not officially endorsed calls for retaliation, but the strong language used by some Russian officials has raised international concerns. U.S. authorities maintain that the enforcement action was lawful and necessary to uphold sanctions policy. They have stated that the vessel was falsely flagged and subject to U.S. jurisdiction under existing sanctions laws. Analysts warn that incidents like this highlight the growing risks associated with sanctions enforcement at sea. While neither side appears to be seeking direct military confrontation, experts say such encounters increase the danger of miscalculation. For now, diplomatic channels remain open, but the incident underscores how quickly maritime disputes can escalate amid broader geopolitical tensions. These are the confirmed facts at this time.